Movie notes on Ocean's 12, 2004 film, 16 October 2024 viewing. Just finished viewing this today, Wednesday, 16 October 2024. I viewed it and I'm filming this in Seattle time zone, Wednesday, 16 October 2024. I already did one movie, Hungary time zone, Wednesday, 16 October 2024. And now I'm filming this, but it's not Wednesday, 16 October 2024, Hungary time zone, but it is Seattle time zone, which is where I'm filming this. So it's like, ooh la la. I could do 2 videos and like, it's true. Right? Yeah. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so for this one, this is part of the, what do I call it, like the Oceans franchise. First chronologically released was Ocean's 11. This is Ocean's 12. So kind of builds a little bit, but not entirely, on Ocean's 11. So this is my description I came up with for this viewing is it's a fiction film about a group of individuals who previously pulled off a casino robbing heist. The man they robbed catches up to them, and to repay him, they decide to pull off a heist robbing an art museum type setting. A task that includes cutting-edge technology such as holograms of items being stolen. Yes, so part of the purpose is to communicate how far hologram technology has come and how intricate of detail it can be, even on the most masterful of art pieces. And the hologram comes on a special like pad, so all they have to do is put the pad down, turn it on, and the art piece is displayed. Now, if one wanted to camouflage it a little bit, it might even look like the launch pad of a rocket in miniature form. Okay, so this was back in 2004, so approximately 20 years ago. And yeah, it's different than Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12 are a little bit different in the sense of Ocean's 11 is really about like the casino environment and how they're going to pull off this really complex heist and who all the different players are in the heist, and like how to do the heist itself. This one is, I actually quite enjoy it. Not necessarily everybody feels the same, but I enjoy it because it's a little bit more about, there's a number of heists that are played out. They introduce competition in the heist environment through Vincent Cassel as Night Fox. He's a beautiful, handsome French man. I've brought him up. He was in Underwater 2020. I love that film. And he's a handsome French man, is he? We love handsome French men on this channel, even if they have an alleged affair. The French are like, we invented affairs. Okay, so it's probably a fake affair anyway, but like, you know, like affairs are called French laundry for a reason. Right? They were the ones who invented it for protecting their most important peoples. Okay, but like the image of it, it doesn't necessarily mean it happens. Okay, point being, Ocean's 12, so it introduces competition for this group of heisters, so to speak. But it also, I like it because it goes into, so there's multiple heists that are pulled up kind of leading up to this big museum heist, museum robbing heist. And from my perspective, it kind of comes across as the movie where it's trying to communicate without explicitly stating why, kind of how to choose a heist. Which is different than the first one because it's kind of clear what they want to do, and it's about how to execute the heist in question. Whereas for this movie, it's more of like, how do we choose the right heist, if that makes. So there's a nuance there, and the plot very much reflects that, and is the cadence of the plot and the pace is very different than the first movie for that reason. But I like it. It's more boring, and that's part of my business model for myself is boring. So, and I remember seeing this. So I was born approximately in 1993, and when I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people don't like this as much as Ocean's 11, but this one certainly is me. It's boring. Okay. All the men are Sarah Sjostrom's soulmates. There's no easy way to broach this, including her Brad Pitt, her George Clooney, and her Matt Damon. That is why they cast the females they did in this movie to communicate to Ms. Sarah Sjostrom, that she is more beautiful than any of them. Yes, so your men are saying you're more beautiful than any of the women in this movie, just as you are. Yeah. Little sun rays, nah. The squirrels go, nah. The Tanis goes, nah. So there we go. Okay. And this is, I kid you not, this is Okay, so there's heisters, and you know, sometimes Frenchmen get a lot of press, especially in France, which makes sense. Okay, so I was like thinking, I was like, personally, I prefer, if you didn't think the last one was random, this one is. Personally, I prefer Newsweek to Time. Okay. Do I get a Newsweek cover even if I do not pull off a heist? So if I don't go robbing people, do I still get a Newsweek cover? Newsweek's most influential person of the week. Okay, I have a recent uploads playlist here on YouTube where it's videos for the past week. Did that come inspired by Newsweek? Maybe a long time ago. But I don't actually remember. Like, but yeah. I don't think so, but I think there's a correlation. But correlation does not necessarily mean causation. Alright, and then wrapping up my movie notes. He made it through. I watched this movie one time, not this viewing, and I went to sleep and I had a nightmare about the night fox. And instead of a little fox figurine, I was like in a city and there was limestone, like half pillars in the city, or not a city, a town, and there was like a rustic Western style building, and things were like painted in the material of limestone, like a white limestone, but without like actually being the limestone, so it was a really weird tactile experience. Okay. So yes, I watched it and then I had a nightmare about it, and I was like, that is one of the fastest it's one of the movies that has had the fastest uptake in my nightmares ever. So there's a notable movie for me in that, whatever that means. But so the last thing for this viewing is Cobb the Gray Squirrel, Cobb Musk Leonhardi, keeps trying to get Nightingale. He keeps trying to get to Nightingale. He wants to grow onions inside the house with her, where Cristiano and I live. We, as parents, do not want their hearts to be broken by the onions getting heisted. Okay, so, you know, like, this is really, so this is building on the nightmare thing of, like, I've had a nightmare about this movie. What would be a nightmare situation for Cristiano and I if we have our baby girl, one and only baby girl, Nightingale. All right, well, Cobb wants to plant onions with her in the house and grow them, and we don't want them to be heisted. So that would be a nightmare. So no, we don't want that to happen. Yes, and so this comes from the name of Night Fox for a prolific thief in the movie, right? Nightingale and Night Fox. Yes, I was going to say, oh yeah, the one and only girl with each of my soulmates comes from my mama and my papa have each other. Yes, so we're carrying on the legacy of a one through our child count together. So we can be a big happy family. What? We got lots of squirrels, we hope, and owls and towhees and other critters, the stellars. Okay, we got each other. So anyway, so my movie notes on Ocean's 12, 2004, 16 October 2024 viewing, and I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Norway, filming in the Seattle area. Thank you for joining me.